Hello everyone, my name is Tasha and today I'm doing my May wrap-up, so I'm gonna show you and tell you about all the books that I read in the month of May. May was a very interesting reading month for me. Interesting meaning kind of weird. I don't know what happened. At the beginning of the month I was kind of in a reading slump because I don't even know what happened because it was a Foxhole Court reading slump, even though I read that back in February. And I did read other books in between, but all of a sudden I got back into this weird Foxhole Court mood, and all I read were Tumblr headcanons about Foxhole Court and fanfiction, and just, it was really weird. So I decided to reread The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic. The first time I read this, I gave this 4 stars, because I was very confused at the beginning of the book, but now that I knew what was happening and I knew the characters and whatever, everything made perfect sense and I picked up on so many new things and it was amazing. So this time around I gave it 5 stars. Just, I love these characters so much. Then I think I already started this book in April, but I finished The Diviners by Libba Bray this month, at the beginning of the month. I listened to this on audiobook and read it at the same time, which was an amazing experience. I recommend if you do have the chance to read it and listen to it, I would definitely do that. It was amazing. The narrator for the audiobook did such an amazing job with the voices, and it was just nice to read along with everything. I should probably kind of explain what this book is about. The Diviners takes place in New York. Was it New York? Manhattan. Yes, New York in 1926. And the main character, or one of the main characters, Evie, she has these paranormal powers. What was it? I think she can touch an item and then see the history of the person it belongs to. So it's all very paranormal-esque. And she moves to New York City and lots of things happen. I loved Evie as a main character. She was so funny and really confident. She was a very refreshing main character. Yeah, she just seemed, to me, she seemed very confident, but without being obnoxious. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I felt about her. And also, the ships, I'm so confused. And I can't wait to pick up Lair of Dreams because Nog from Happy Comes First just yesterday, was it yesterday or today? I don't know. She told me that Lair of Dreams has fake dating in it, so obviously I need to read that book like ASAP. I love fake dating. Oh, I don't think I mentioned this, but I gave this book 4.5 stars. The next book I read was Stolen Songbird by Danielle L. Jensen. This is a fantasy book about trolls, which was very interesting. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars, and I actually have a review up for this, so I will link that down below if you want to hear more of my thoughts. But overall, it was a really nice fantasy story, and I can't wait to continue with the rest of the series. Oh, then I DNF'd a book. It's been quite a while since I DNF'd a book. This is the book. The German title, or just the title, is Wenn du mich brauchst, which translates into When You Need Me, something like that, by Jana Frey. And she writes contemporary books about teenagers, so YA. So I picked this up and I started reading it, and I got to page 32 and realized I wasn't enjoying this. I had so much trouble getting into this. It was only 30 pages. Every time I picked up this book, I had to force myself to pick it up, and I'd read like 2 pages and I was so bored, and I don't think that's the book's fault. Maybe it's because I haven't been reading in German, maybe it's just not my story that I'll enjoy, maybe I'm just not in the mood, I don't know. So this will be going back to the library tomorrow. Oh, and then I read Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me by Mindy Kaling. This is a autobiography, memoir kind of thing. I'm only familiar with Mindy through The Office, and obviously like little bits that I see on the internet about her, but this book was really cheap, I think, so I bought it. As an ebook, I read it. It was okay. I enjoyed reading it, but I think I just don't think I got a lot out of it because I'm not such a huge fan of hers. I did like the insight on her experience with The Office, which she was a writer for. I really liked that, but apart from that, I don't know. I gave it 3.5 stars. I still think it was a good book. The last book I read was This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. This is her new release coming out June 7th in the UK. I think it comes out in July in the US. This is the UK cover. I think it's so gorgeous. This book was sent to me by Lydia Gittens from Titan Books, so thank you to her for sending me this. I already wrote a Goodreads review, but I'm still gonna film a video review for this, probably, maybe today, if not tomorrow, and I'm hoping it will be up on the UK release date of this. This Savage Song is a paranormal YA book, and in this book, This Savage Song, violence breeds actual monsters, which already had me sold. I think that's such an interesting concept. So we're in the city, Verity, and it's split into two parts, North City and South City, and each half of the city is ruled by a different family. North City is ruled by the Harker family, and South City is ruled by the Flynn family. And we follow two teenagers, Kate Harker and August Flynn. So they're the heirs of these two cities, and they were at war, but they kind of have a truce. Kate wants to step into the footsteps of her very ruthless father, and August is one of these monsters. They're different kind of monsters. I go into detail in my review. I will link it down below, and I'll also talk more about it in my video review that I will be doing. But overall, this was, oh my god, such an amazing... I didn't expect anything else from V.E. Schwab because I just love the way she writes her characters. Her world building is amazing, and just the concept of violence breeding monsters is so interesting, and I love what she did with that. I loved this book so much. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. If you like morally ambiguous characters and just get this book. Get it. It's amazing. I also really like the US cover. I think I'm gonna get a copy of that one too. I just love it so much. Those were 5 books plus a DNF, but that's not all I read this month. I went a bit crazy. If you've been on my channel for a while, you might have heard me talk about the Lonely Genres Book Club, which is a book club that was started by Sarah from Sarah Without an H and Anais from Clockwork Kitten. It's a Goodreads book club. I will link it down below. Every 2 months they pick a new genre, and for 2 months they will pick a book for that certain genre. For April and May, the topic or genre was manga, and the mangas that were read are Death Note volumes 1, 2, and 3. I read them and I fell in love with these. Oh my god, if you did not know this about me, I used to be a massive, and I'm not kidding, massive anime and manga fan. So first off, I want to clarify this. I'm not adding the manga that I read to my Goodreads reading challenge thing, because I'm gonna say it like this. In the past week, I read over 30 manga, and if I added those to my Goodreads reading thing, I would have the 100 books in no time, and I don't know, I'm just gonna split the two. That's how I'm gonna do it. I know people add the manga to their reading challenge, and that's okay. I just don't want to do it that way. I gave the first manga, Death Note, I think this one, I have them in German, and I gave this one 5 stars. What am I doing? The second one, 4 stars, and then the third one, 5 stars again. So I really, really enjoyed these. They're quite different to the manga that I used to read back then, but oh my god, it's so amazing. After I read these 3, I went into my own small collection that I still have of manga. Most of the manga that I still own are from the same artist named Arina Tanamura. I reread most of her manga. I'm gonna go through them really quickly. I'm not gonna do any ratings because I can't remember. So we have Squib Feeling Blue. Again, these are all in German, so the titles might be different. I'm not sure how the titles are in English. This is Squib Feeling Blue. This one is Ion, I-O-N. This is another standalone. Then I read Time Stranger Kyoko volumes 1, 2, and 3. Then one of my favorite ones is Kamikaze Kaito John. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I read volumes 1 through 7. I really like the spines of these. The next series I read was Full Moon wo Saga Shite. I'm very bad at pronouncing these titles, I'm so sorry. This again is 7 volumes and I read all of them. Also, you can tell I really love these books because they're falling apart. And this is Shinji Dumei Cross. This has 11 volumes. And then I've started reading a different series by her. The title is probably different, but translated this one is Princess Sakura. I'm so sorry. And so far I've read volumes 1 and 2 and I'm currently reading volume 3. I have been thinking about doing separate videos about my favorite manga and stuff, though most of the manga that I read is by the same artist, so maybe I'll do one just about Arina Tanemura, who is the artist of most of these. Tell me down below if you would like to see that, because manga has taken over my life again. This was my May wrap up. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Tell me down below your favorite book that you read in the month of May. My favorite book definitely was This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I hope you enjoyed watching this. That was it for this time, and I will see you next time. Bye! The next book I read was Stolen Songbird The next book I read was The next book I read was Stolen Songbird Oh my god!